Welcome to KHP 240, Nutrition and Physical Fitness. This serves as the overview for Chapter 11 on weight management. The beginning of this chapter begins with a brief discussion or an overview of common weight management concerns for athletes, including what's the impact of gaining or losing body mass on athletic performance, also how losing weight may affect body image issues. And then finally, how do certain sports where there are weight classifications, for instance, like wrestling, how that can affect an athlete's performance when they're forced to try and lose body mass to fit into a given weight classification. All those are concerns from a nutritional standpoint and a physiological standpoint for athletes. The chapter then goes into a general overview of the current state of fatness in America. Of course, we do have an obesity epidemic, and so this topic is very relevant in the general public as well. The chapter and the class notes then get into a discussion of various techniques to measure or estimate body composition, specifically fat mass versus lean body mass. These weights include the traditional gold standard of underwater weighing or hydrostatic weighing, as well as more contemporary measures like air displacement plasmography, or the BOD-POD is a brand of that technology. Also, bioelectrical impedance analysis, or BIA, is commonly used to estimate body composition. Skin fold measurements are used. And then the more current gold standard is dual energy X-ray absorptiometry, or DEXA. All of those methods, except the DEXA, use a two-compartment model where they essentially assume all body mass, or classify all body mass as fat-free mass or fat mass. They don't distinguish into additional types of fat-free mass, which do exist, and the DEXA is able to break the body down into multiple compartments in addition to just the two. So it's a little bit more accurate in general. The chapter then begins a discussion of eating disorders. Specifically, it spends significant time on anorexia and bulimia, and you need to have an understanding of what those conditions are. And the primary thing here, too, is to consider that although these eating disorders have physiological implications, their cause is primarily psychological, and so that has to be treated by appropriate medical professionals. You might not be able to help, a friend or a relative that has that if you do not have the appropriate training and background to help those folks. Finally, the chapter spends time talking about the female athlete triad, which essentially has three cornerstones: disordered eating, amenorrhea, and osteoporosis. And it talks about the physiological connection of these three variables and the effects that it has on the female athlete. This concludes the overview of Chapter 11 on weight management.